Hey everyone, and welcome to the Government Vault. Today we have a video where we listen to Josh Hawley get interviewed on Fox News, where they talk about the latest Trump indictment handed by the Biden Department of Justice. We are really heading into uncharted territory here, and Josh Hawley does a great job of outlining that. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Joining me now is Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. Senator, we've had every major member of leadership in the House of Representatives tonight just got a message come out against this indictment and against what the DOJ has done. No one in Senate leadership, at least to my knowledge at this moment, has come out to say anything similar. The only one on the House who hasn't is Tom Emmer. He has said nothing. He's the whip there. Where are your colleagues tonight? Where are they?
Good question, Laura. Here's what I will say. If the president in power can just jail his political opponents, which is what Joe Biden is trying to do tonight, we don't have a republic anymore. We don't have the rule of law. We don't have the Constitution. Our Constitution is built on the basic rule of law and due process, and nobody should be in doubt of what's happening tonight. Joe Biden and his cronies are trying to take out their chief political opponent. This has never happened before in American history, Laura. We are in dangerous, dangerous waters, and it is because of Joe Biden.
Amazing start. Just unbelievable. Jailing your political opponents. And the other thing that I've always thought about the way they have gone after President Trump is look at look at what it does to anybody else who would ever be interested in running for office. Why would they ever get involved in anything if this is what's going to happen to you? And what you end up with is incompetence such as, oh, I don't know, Joe Biden.
Now, Senator, lots of commentators on some of the other networks were making the point that, oh, well, Merrick Garland and Joe Biden have never talked about this. There's no pressure being brought to bear from the White House and DOJ, totally independent. But let me tell you, remember from April of last year, the New York Times reported that Biden, quote, said privately that he wanted Mr. Garland to act less like a ponderous judge and more like a prosecutor who's willing to take decisive action over the events of January 6th. Now, that was about the January 6th issue, but they always claim that Biden's hands are clean. But clearly, Merrick Garland, if he's able to read, and he's very smart, so he does read, they know what Biden wants done here. They know what has to be done before this election takes place.
Well, this is the same group of people that said when it came to calling parents domestic terrorists that the White House had nothing to do with it. And it turns out the White House wrote the letter. The White House told DOJ, you go after the parents. You know that's what they're doing here. I don't buy for a second that the White House isn't involved in this. Of course they are. And by the way, Merrick Garland has the ultimate sign-off here. This guy isn't an independent counsel. He reports to Merrick Garland. So Merrick Garland has signed off on this, the indictment of a political opponent by a sitting president. It's just unprecedented, Laura, and I can't emphasize enough how much danger this puts our country in from the rule of law. This is banana republic stuff, and Joe Biden has led us straight there. He will do anything to hold on to power. That's the message of tonight.
And I'm just
I think this was clear that this was the way things were going to go once you saw the way Nancy Pelosi managed Congress and how she, as Speaker of the House, how she viciously, ruthlessly went after people. And at some point, the Republicans have to have an answer for this. You just can't continue to let this happen without a response. And if you do, they will continue to do it because they are unafraid of any repercussions.
going back to, Senate leadership here. I mean, you cannot, as an office holder in the Republican Party, sit by, even if you can't stand Trump for policy reasons, personal, whatever it is. This is your moment to step forward and say, we can't allow this to continue to happen to our institutions, not to the Justice Department, the FBI, CIA, Intel. We can't continue this because you're right, banana republic. This is what Putin does. This is what Xi does. This is not what we do in our country. We have elections. Allow the election to take place. But Mitch McConnell, this is your moment, my friend. Let's hear from you tonight.
I would just say that this is not about Donald Trump ultimately. This is about the United States of America. This is about whether the Constitution is still real in this country. This is about whether any American can expect the due process of law. And make no mistake, if Merrick Garland can send a SWAT team to the homes of pro-life Catholics to terrorize them, if he can call parents domestic terrorists, if he can jail or try to jail Biden's political opponents, he can do whatever he wants to any American. That is what this is about, and that's now what we're fighting for.
And do you also share my concern that this is a warning shot fired across the bow by the FBI and the DOJ to anyone, and Ron DeSantis, anyone like him who has more of a populist point of view, not an establishment point of view, has a real shot at the presidency? Don't get too close. Watch out. We will come for you, and we will never stop until we relentlessly pursue you until you give up. That's what I think is going on here. More than anything, I think it's about that.
Oh, it's pure power grab. It is pure power grab by the people in power, by the Biden people. And I just come back to the fact that this is an administration that will stop at nothing to silence their political opponents. They will turn the FBI on parents. They will turn the FBI on Catholic parishes and try to spy on them. They will turn the FBI on pro-life Christians. Social media companies, they will use everything they have to try and shut down political opposition, right up to indicting their chief political opponent. I mean, this is not the United States if this is allowed to stand. We cannot allow it to stand, and that's what this next election is going to be about.
You can't wait for the election, though. At some point, Republicans own the House. We got to start taking some action there. Make it very uncomfortable, more uncomfortable than you're making it now. You've got to go after these people. They will not stop otherwise. Oh, by the way, about all those classified documents Biden had in his garage that anybody could have walked up and grabbed. So, particularly that criminal, his son Hunter. So, come on, guys, let's stop talking about the election. The election's important. What are you going to do before and until the election?
Senator, do you have any confidence that Senate leadership will at least come close to expressing your frustration and deep concern about the Republic tonight?
I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, Laura, and I've given up predicting what any other senator might do. But I can just say for myself that I think this is a critical moment in our history as a nation, and this is the time to stand up and say we are going to fight for the rule of law.
Well, there you go. Interesting times we're living in these days. Speaking of interesting times, we got another video you might want to check out that talks about the Biden administration and all the appliances they're going after. Your gas stoves, your dishwasher now, your furnace, you name it, air conditioning, they're going after it. So check out that video. Plus, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.